Oh, you do it immediately?
0.5.
So what, it becomes sensitive or it doesn't?
Not really, but I usually delay my IPR also in the last stages.
Right.
I don't want to do
So
it.
how does that help when you do it in the last stages? That's in terms of sensitivity. Actually, I'm not sure if I understand.
0.5 is still okay. No sensitivity, no complaints
Right.
on that one. But my concern is just the aesthetic, and I don't want the lower incisor looking so weird, like slanted. I want the interproximal straight.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. But in these cases, still you can wait a little bit. But you'll see that with the because there's no staging, there's no flaring and then retraction of the incisors. You will see that that tooth is stuck there.
Might not
You
move.
see that it doesn't, or one side of it might go in, but the other side gets stuck.
Okay.
So in these cases, you can do a little bit of IPR to make sure that it goes in.
Another question: if it's like that, how do you do the IPR?
If it is.
If the position is like that, this is the incisor, central incisor, lateral, and then the other one is like that. How do you do the IPR?
You know, in these cases, sometimes I use, as I said, like with a needle bear. I do it very gently. I like restorative dentistry too, so I enjoy that. So I try not to like destroy the shape of the morphology of the tooth.
But then looking at it, is the labial part will be shaved off. The labial part will be shaved off if it's like that.
So I try to, with the needle, I try to control how I remove it. So I don't like do it like, the edge is not going to be like this. The edge is going to be like this, and then I round it up. I try to like do it very carefully. It's like kind of restorative dentistry. We are all dentists after all too, right? So
Okay. Another question that I have: how do you control the root torque?
Oh, root torque. So you know the arm that is engaged into the bracket, it has full control. It has full control on 6 degrees of freedom, how the tooth moves. Actually, let me show you.
How does the doctor tell the technician that you want the tooth to have the torque like how many percent?
So
like if the canine is already labially, the roots is already labially out, and then you want it to move it back in.
Right.
How do you tell the system?
Either, you have two options. Actually there are two questions here. One question was how the Brava applies the torque, like mechanically. Is that the question, or how you do it in the software? Both? Okay, so let's answer this. So, when you engage the Brava, maybe I can go there and show it to you. So, this part of the Brava will apply buccal crown torque. Okay? This part of Brava will apply buccal root torque, right? And also these two parts, because it's like a T shape, right? These two parts control the rotation, right? If you want to control the angulation, what happens? This part of the Brava will hit this part of the bracket. So you have full control on the angulation. So basically, we discussed 3 types of rotation here. Rotational movement. This rotation, right? And this rotation. So you have, mechanically, you have full control on that. And you were at my talk, sorry, I didn't. So, I showed the case that the central torque changed dramatically. Oh, you remember that, okay. So, so it is, or I showed another, so that was torque, buccolingual torque. I showed another case, wisdom tooth, that was horizontal, it was upright. You saw that too? So that is control on the angulation. And you saw a lot of cases, the rotation of the teeth were corrected. Or Dr. Naran showed that case that, there a lot of rotation. So it has full control. So the other question that you asked was, how do you imply that in the software, right? So there are 2 ways to do that. Maybe I can show you. Okay, let's go back to the software. So imagine I'm clicking on this tooth. I want to rotate this tooth. I can do this, right? I can do this. or I can just click on this one by one and it rotates, right? That's rotation. If I want to control the angulation, I can do this. Sorry, torque. You know, like buckle torque, lingual torque. I can do this. See that? And if I want to change the angulation, I do this. You know? So it is when you want to do it yourself, but sometimes I don't want to do it myself. I just want to tell the engineers to do that for me. So here in the comments you write, please give like 5 degrees of buckle root force to upper right one. So either you tell Brius to do it for you or you do it yourself, whatever you prefer. Or you can say, I did the right side, please you do the same thing on the left side, make it symmetric, then they will do it for you.